Today I fucked up by impulsively hypothesizing why cadavers have gotten less expensive at a departmental meeting. I have just horrified my entire university department today. We were discussing potential hires for an anatomy and physiology position and the conversation turned to our cadaver lab. We have the luxury of having a couple of cadavers each year, which is a selling point for a smaller undergraduate program. One colleague mentioned that maybe with the new hire we could acquire more cadavers if the new hire's research needed it. Another chimed in that the price of cadavers through our supplier had dropped substantially and that extra cadavers could be a real possibility. I impulsively hypothesized out loud that the supply due to COVID must be driving the prices down. I watched as horrified looks came over my colleagues' faces. I could not help but think about how this would reflect on me as a non-tenured faculty member. Too long didn't read. I shocked my colleagues by suggesting that the cheaper cadaver price was due to COVID. Edit, thanks for the awards but don't spend real money on this. The department is a diverse group with many folks who are not in the medical sciences, including myself who is quite queasy and have never been in the cadaver lab. In fact, I am grateful that I don't need to sit in on the teaching demo. The meeting was over Zoom and perhaps my perception of their reaction is colored by my own discomfort and horrification that I blurted out something that is insensitive to loss the country has experienced. I have no idea whether my hypothesis is true, as there has been discussion about whether cadavers can come from COVID deaths. There may be other contributing factors, less in-person classes, etc. Your colleagues will recover. They probably forget about it faster than you. I have experience with recovering from awkward moments myself. Smiley face. Is it safe to use a cadaver from someone who died from COVID? Or is there no concern about infection once the host has died? I have no freaking idea, not my wheelhouse, probably not given the preservatives. I mean, you work in the industry of science and cadavers and this bothered them. Seems like a solid deduction to me, one that may even be worth researching for validity or finding out other reasons. Schools were shut down and maybe they couldn't get rid of them fast enough. I don't think you fucked up. Another good hypothesis. I think the gravity of the pandemic just hit home in another unexpected way and it caught people off guard. Fuck, if that's the case they better stock up, while the getting is good. Do you think there will be a short squeeze? I asked my financial advisor, my mom, and couldn't get a clear answer. I mean, you weren't wrong. They shouldn't have acted horrified as if that thought hadn't crossed their minds. I think it was a mix of shock that was probably the reason, and guilt that we were somehow benefiting from 500,000 deaths. Today I fucked up by accidentally flashing the entire first grade of my daughter's elementary school. Obligatory. This happened yesterday morning. I am still reeling from embarrassment. My daughter is in first grade, she was in a Zoom meeting. My husband told her that I would make her breakfast after I showered. I had just stepped out of the shower. I heard screaming from downstairs. I started running to check on my daughter. I managed to drop my towel while running. I made it to the living room only to see her Chromebook camera facing my full frontal nudity. I dropped behind the recliner to hide from the camera. My daughter: "Mommy, are you okay?" Me: "I'm fine. Turn off your camera please." Her: "Okay. Are you okay? What did you need?" Her: "Breakfast." TL: "Doctor, I flashed the entire first grade because my daughter was hungry and screamed for me while I was drying off." Neutral face. Username checks. /username checks out. This happened in my niece's meet. The whole class saw a kid's mom getting out of the shower. I have a feeling this is happening a lot, so at least you aren't alone. I'm sure I am not the only one too. My friends said at least you weren't sucking a dick or doing drugs. Time to treat yourself to a nice new bathrobe. I have one. I washed it the evening before and it was in the dryer. So, wait. Why the scream? What was that for? Because children are stupid. Today I fucked up by being a non-racist throwaway account, but not sure if that even matters anymore. I live in a third world Asian country, where racism is not a big theme that people discuss every day like in the US, for example. There's very few, if at all, acts of racism seen on the street or on the news here. I graduated from university 3 years ago and am currently working. My workplace is multinational and diverse. I never even care about that, to be honest. I treat everyone the same. regardless of where they are from. Different skin colors, different accents, different cultures, etc. don't make a difference to me when it comes to work. To me, humans are humans. The company has this annual team building activity event thing for employees. I guess most companies do. This year is about fruits, i.e., each team is assigned a fruit and has to create themes around it. I'm usually not a very outgoing person, so in previous years I just let others lead and I simply followed. This year, suddenly I had this urge to take the initiative, and my downfall ensued. Each team was provided with this big white blank vinyl banner where we can put things on, for example, words, pictures, drawings. During lunch hour, instead of going down to the canteen like everyone else, I stayed back at the office and worked on my team's banner alone. I looked for funny pictures of people with fruits on the internet, printed a pic out in big size and stuck them to the banner. After I finished decorating, I hung the banner up high on the wall so everyone could see, thinking when my teammates and everyone else came back, they were gonna be so impressed by my enthusiasm and my craft. Our team's assigned fruit is banana. This is the picture I picked. I'm having a meeting with HR tomorrow. Too long didn't read, never had a single racist thought in life. Printed out a racist picture without knowing and stuck it on the office's wall. Became a racist. Future probably ruined. Update, I'm sitting alone at the corner of my office typing this. Long story short, I'm fired. But the company allows me to stay with them for a few more weeks until I find another job, assigning me a new cubicle separated from others. They told me they wouldn't put this incident in my record either in case other companies do background check. I explained everything to them, and even told them if I was racist and understood the implications of the picture I wouldn't be stupid enough to put it up on the wall for everyone to see. But it didn't help. Doesn't matter who I am, but what I do. Apparently some fellow colleagues were incredibly upset by my action. That said, I suspect the real reason the company decided to let me go because of COVID situation, they just needed excuses to cut employees. To be frank, I'm really sad at the moment. I made friends during the 3-year period staying here. My parents are very upset with me, although they don't understand why the picture is racist either. If being racially insensitive is something to be condemned like some of you commented here, then I'm sorry, but does one really deserve to lose their job over it given it was an honest mistake? Just explain to HR what you explained here. You thought Obama really wanted a banana and you thought it was random and funny. You later learned the offensive implication and you were mortified. Fix it, apologize, and I bet you walk out of HR without a scratch. Son of a bitch, I didn't even think of racist implications either. I thought it was for scale. You didn't fuck up by being non-racist, you fucked up by being clueless. Until today I had no idea that bananas are sometimes used by racists to taunt their victims. Apparently they're sometimes thrown at players during football matches, UK. Sickening. Fun fact, some racist prick threw a banana at an FC Barcelona player who is brownish, Dani Alves, and the player peeled the banana and ate it, giving him the energy he needed to sprint and score a goal later on. XD he thanked the guy who threw the banana in an interview just to piss him off. I live in a third world Asian country, where racism is not a big theme that people discuss every day like in the US, for example. There's very few, if at all, acts of racism seen on the street or on the news here. Lol. Right? The today I fucked up itself is an honest mistake, and I can't blame op for that, but that part just makes them sound ignorant of the matter. Who here like me didn't get the racist implication until spending few minutes digging the comment section to find it? Is it wrong I immediately understood it?